Do you have any inquiries for recycled materials?
Yeah, more and more. It's indeed recycling materials are, yeah, many customers asking for that. We have these two grades, post-consumer recyclates and post-industrial.
Yeah.
So there are many customers, they just don't know what's the difference. What's actually the difference between post-consumer and post-industrial recyclates or materials in general? Maybe you have a good idea how I could explain them very well, because sometimes it's not very easy, you know.
Yeah, no, we have that problem as well in the UK as well. And I think it's because people are really familiar with post-consumer. So that's the waste that comes from household collection, or, you know, it's a material that's already had a lifetime in an application. So it could come from the end of life of a vehicle, or yeah, it's reclaimed after the material has been through some kind of life cycle. And people are more familiar with that. I think that's what most people consider recyclate when you mention it. The post-industrial can be a little bit trickier to explain, and that's because it's the waste that comes from a factory. Which is, you know, it makes sense. It comes from, it's before it gets to the consumer. So sometimes people call it pre-consumer.
Yeah, and it's coming directly from the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes directly from the industry, and it can confuse people because sometimes they think that maybe it's just like the production scrap, and that, for example, we would take our own scrap and put that back in, and that's not the case.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So we have to be clear about that. It's material that if we didn't take it back from one of our customers or from another industrial facility, it would otherwise maybe go to landfill, be incinerated. So it needs to be diverted out of that waste stream. And that's what makes it post-industrial recyclate and not just our own waste.